Go live. Hey folks, good afternoon. Welcome to Big Jet TV. Early as always, always a little bit earlier than we planned. We've got NH211, all Nippon. I don't like to call it Al because it's like, all right, Al. All Nippon, and she's left a big circular hole in the cloud. Can I see that? 777, and it is BB-8, ladies and gents. Can you see the hole in the cloud that she's drilled? Literally. The next one behind it, being given a nice clear line in. But this is the Star Wars liveried BB-8 777-300 from All Nippon. Welcome to Sunday. I hope you're doing well. So we're at the, for those of you folks who are just tuning in for the first time from this location, we are at what we call the paddock. It is a horse paddock, but is it also where the ILS is located for the southern runway. You can clearly see now that she's got livery on her, look. Seen this at Los Angeles at least twice, is it? And a bus, truck and a bus, Oh, it's greased that, look. Ow. So, he'll taxi all the way up towards us, so we'll get a good look at him. If you've not seen the livery before, to just slightly move this assembly down a little bit because it's actually there we go. Hey, how you doing? For Kaneko, she's watching. I don't know what time of day it is in Japan. It's probably isn't it early morning in Japan. It's the next day or something. Early evening, maybe even. I don't know. 11:50. 11:50 p.m. Okay, right. Okay, so midnight. Yeah. If you like a lamppost, this is the place to come. As you can appreciate, folks, a very small window of opportunity in terms of my positioning here at Heathrow at the paddock. To be able to catch the touchdown point, I have to position myself here. So it's a little bit of a trade-off between lampposts and what I can see. But we'll jump to the comments in a little short while. In a little short while, is there such a thing? It's either a little while or look at it. A loner. He's here on his nosy. It's the first. So we do have an announcement to make, ladies and gents, for members only. Next week, Wednesday and Thursday, a 2-day trek over to Frankfurt to hunt down as many big jets as we possibly can. Let me just lock that out and adjust this up ever so slightly. There we go. Oh look, he's just. Hello, mate. What are you doing? What's going on? Hey, you brave? Are you brave? Yes, you are. Look, all his mates are over there. Look, Mum and all the other ones are over there. Oh, there he is. Look. There's old Angry, Mr. Angry, I think. I'm sure we'll have some shenanigans going on a little bit later with the horses. So if you're familiar with the area, folks, right next to me, to my left, is the famous viewing area, Myrtle Avenue. The actual avenue, the little avenue leading to it, the little road, it's a dead end, but try not to park down it if you can, because obviously you know, you've got local residents who have to, there you go, full shot. Even the truck driver acknowledging the fact that he's going to blast through me shot. Next up. So, just give you a little sweep round, folks. Myrtle Avenue over to my left there. So we're on the the southeastern side of the airfield. That obviously being runway 27 left and 09 right. And then as we sweep round, we come over to the maintenance sheds, which where normally, I have to be honest with you, we used to see 747s in their quantities parked up. But it's interesting to see how few aircraft are actually parked up here. Some good news coming from the aviation sectors, it has to be said, in terms of, you know, United Airlines have concluded and finished a very lengthy testing procedure in terms of, or should I say, not so much testing, let's not confuse anybody. It's not a COVID testing. It is to do with COVID, but it is an experiment to see just how safe people are travelling in the air, and it is conclusive, and something that we've discussed many times before on the show, that it is very safe to travel on an aircraft. Of course, what happens at the other end is really interesting. But I have to say, interestingly enough, ironically enough, you know, we're talking like your chances are like being hit by lightning and all that sort of stuff, of getting COVID whilst on an aircraft. The irony is that a lot of people's hero, Valentino Rossi, very famous MotoGP motorcycle racer, he was on a plane and sat next to someone who had COVID and has actually tested positive for it. So, you know, all sorts of reports coming out of in the world of aviation, but in general, has to be said, he's just very unlucky, having to isolate Okay, is it something I can read out? Okay. Is that Twitter or? Someone in America saying that the movements are starting to pick up quite considerably over there, but that's probably internal traffic, I would have thought, and not international or transatlantic traffic. What's that, GP? Sorry. Oh, really? Oh, that's very interesting. Yes. As long as you're wearing a mask, of course. You have to be wearing a mask. Well, that's very interesting, folks. So Heathrow on Friday announcing that they are trialling a 90-minute test, COVID test, which is great. Which basically means that you, I guess you come into the airport. I mean, that logistically can cause a few issues in terms of, you know, somebody, you know, people backing up at the airport, big long queues of people waiting for COVID tests. But I'm sure that they'll find a way of dealing with all of that. But 90-minute turnaround, basically. You come in, you get your test. If it's negative, you're good to travel. But I'm guessing that has to be on the day, doesn't it? You can't sort of like come in, get a test, and then go and fly next Friday or something. Obviously, it has to be immediately. Yeah, of course you could. Yeah. I mean, nothing is guaranteed, so to speak, or you know, fail safe. But that to me sounds like Heathrow are really taking major steps to. And if it's successful, then no doubt. Apparently, this is it some kind of military? Oh, that was United Airlines. Yeah. United Airlines filled an aircraft full of sensors on each seat and did an aerosol dispersion test. And of course, it's all based on people wearing masks, and it's highly unlikely that you know, that you will. I mean, okay, look, it doesn't mean that if you've got COVID you can travel. It means that, you know, if there is somebody on board who's not diagnosed, etc., you know, has contracted it last minute, is on board the aircraft but is wearing a mask, it's highly unlikely that you're gonna catch it. I'm sorry to go on about it, folks, but it is relevant to what we're doing here, and the fact that, you know, we want to travel as much as we can with our members, of course, and we want to travel to the international destinations, you know, the Los Angeles, Chicago's, and so on and so forth, that we have done in the past with great success, and you know, members loving those shows. So we want to get that back again, and of course this Wednesday and Thursday we're going to have a double header in Frankfurt for members only, and look forward to doing that. I feel good when I do that, because I feel like we're all in a room on our own, you know, completely isolated from anybody else. I mean, I love to put this out to the general public, don't get me wrong, because it's great to educate people and also just give people something to watch. But, you know, I love to give back to my members as much as I possibly can, and I think it's you know, we are obviously doing all we can, so that's why it's relevant that we talk about the whole COVID crisis in the aviation industry, that is. So, oh, on that. Right, okay, let's Mrs. A saying this sounds positive. Well done, Heathrow. Anna Lufty, baby bus, so cute. John Collier. Oh, is that the little 318 with Air France, or is that their 319? I think it might be. I don't know. Keith Cornell, Bulldog 617. Good afternoon to you, John Collier. Jackie Green. Tony Arbolino doesn't have any symptoms, but due to law he has to self-isolate just in case. Jackie Green saying, I think Tony Arbolino is one of the MotoGP riders, not MotoGP, but I think he's either is he Moto 3 or is he Moto 2? I can't remember. Great job by the Brit today. Lucky, has to be said. He was second in the race, but the leader fell on the final lap, I think it was, or 2 laps to go, with 2 laps, the penultimate lap. So well done to our man. Graham Blacknell, welcome Keith from Thirsk, North Yorkshire. Terry G is a new member. Welcome Terry, how are you doing? Darren Emerton, Dora Gerber, sorry. Dora not been on a plane for a while. Yeah, well, I'm sure we're all those who travel regularly or are looking to go on holiday at some point. Greg McMillan, yes indeed, Anchorage is on the cards. As soon as we're able to go, Greg, don't you worry about it. But this time of year, unfortunately, I think we've missed the window for going to for going to Anchorage. I think that's a summertime exercise. Of course, the movements don't stop, but it's just nighttime operations because the nights are obviously very, very long indeed in Anchorage. And extremely cold as well, apparently. Richard Swain, good day to you. Welcome Barry Burns to Big Jet TV. I'll come to more comments in a moment, folks. Looks like a Neo, sounds like a Neo, and it is a Neo. SAS by the looks of it. Oh no, we're all right. We're okay. We'll just about get it. Go on, son. Okay. Maybe I'm going to say tight this time. Tracy Forsyth. Good day to you. Paul Andrews. Any news on the British Airways 380 returning to Heathrow? Max Woodman asking. Max, still, the plans are that I do hear that a number of the British Airways 380 fleet are due to be flown or repositioned from Châteauroux down to Spain, just positioning for long-term storage. However, British Airways, as far as I'm aware, still are on the cards as having around 3 to 4 380s back in service. You know, early November. We're here end of October, early November, so we should hear something as early as next week, one would hope. More updates on that. So yeah, stay tuned, folks. We'll let you know as often as we can. Don't forget Zuul's Facebook page is always a good source of information. Webbo. G'day, Webbo. Scotty Todd, please, Sarah Purvis, good afternoon to you. Stephen Richards. Simon Eyes, good afternoon. Julie Chaston. Cameron Knights, Wayne Corkwell. Faze Lookman. Looking forward to this Frankfurt show. Yeah, well, let's get out there and going to rent a car and just go on the hunt. Got a bit of a fire! CEO. It's actually, I don't know if there's any engineers who've worked on aircraft before in terms of, that's beyond the airfield, by the way, folks, probably over the other side of, Al McFarlane, welcome to First Class, Al. How are we doing? Hope you're all doing well out there, and have you had a good Sunday? David Watley, my kids are 3 and 8 and we watch live every time. Keep safe, please don't stop. David Watley and his kids, that's great. Hope you're doing well, guys. Simon Harding, thank you. David Watley, Aviation Gamer. Dave Jones, what are you going to do show-wise when you hit 100,000 subscribers? Well, the plan was, or is, to see if we can travel out to Switzerland and have them lower the plaque down by a piece of string. However, we can't fly there at the moment, so we need to slow down on that because you want to do something special, obviously. Ben Brown, A380 is slated for the 5th of October. X-LEG, LEI, and LEG and LEI are already in Heathrow. Is that right? They're already here. I know there was one. BCal Pam, good afternoon to you. New member BRB 83. Be right back 83. Karen Corcoran, Stuart Aslett, Jeff Bundy, Paul Skilling, Alan Phillips, Silver Fax. Good afternoon to you. Hope everybody's doing well on a Sunday afternoon, sitting all fat and warm on the couch, watching some aviation. Mark Barr, LDR in flight, Chris Scapaloo. Okay, here we go. It's the big jet. Well, it's a heavy, we call it. Yeah, in terms of changing the wheel on 747, for example, on the outer, I'm just wondering whether the jack on the assembly. Let's talk about this in a minute. Jack on jack. Check the flapper runs out. Probably very little movement. Away from Nairobi, folks. Look at those look at the elevators shuddering from the wow, look at that, listen to that. All the turbulent air coming up from over the top of the spoilers, as well as obviously the heavy braking causing the horizontal stabilizers to shudder. We do have a Cathay Pacific 747 down at the freight hub right now, waiting to see whether that comes out during the show. I imagine it will, so we'll get a shot of her taxiing across the active down here. Mind you, I have seen her go out in the evening time. It's interesting that that plume of smoke has actually moved north, which is most peculiar. Not a fire, a truck fire on tip freeway. Austin Ferreira, g'day to you, Austin. Thanks everybody for joining us last night. It was a great show up there in Coventry, and thank you once again. I say is a new member. Love the channel. The show's only been lurking until now, but adore the energy you bring to the hobby. Thank you very much indeed. Brandon Planespotter, good afternoon to you. Yeah, great show last night up at Coventry, and again thank you so much to all the volunteers up there. Of course, don't forget Karen who contacted me originally. We got the pilot, who was Pete Curran, and flight engineer Richard Woods. Of course, that was WR963 Shackleton, used for early warning. One of the first aircraft to be used for airborne early warning systems. The early variant of, or should I say, the early types used for airborne warning, which would have been for Russia and so forth, against the Russians, just to keep our skies nice and safe. But what was interesting, I actually spoke to when I was talking to Richard, was the fact that the aircraft still flew relatively low compared to what the AWACS does, for example, because it was still used, it still had a role in search and rescue. And of course the AWACS, or the early warning systems that followed the Shackleton were of course the Nimrod, and I think they went, because the Nimrod was also used for submarine detection and stuff like that as well. I seem to remember that the Nimrod was used for relatively low level detection. I think it was the AWACS, the 707s, or the as they were, the original airframes based on the 707 that were introduced. Anyway, I'm waffling on. So great show, yes indeed, and of course so many people reminiscing for loved ones, you know, uncles and husbands, brothers, worked on those aircraft. Wow. We've got a big quick shout out to Leslie Pike as well from last night as well. Harry and his mates made it to the United States, by the way, folks. Obviously they did. And he sent us an email to say thank you for catching his aircraft. Let's just have a little look. Was it this guy here? Was it? Oh, here we are. Harry Hibbard and friends, flying into Miami on practical training to carry out their practical flight training, I think it was. I'll just read that out quickly. Of course, this is something that my mate Andrew did, flew to Miami. They're all there to carry out the majority of their practical flight training towards their EASA airline transport pilot licenses. Involves a combination of dual instruction and solo hours, and in PA-28s. Let's just stick it on that for a second. On PA-28s and dual instruction time in Piper Seminoles over the next 5 months or so, totaling somewhere around 150 hours. The reason this training, all of which I believe is VFR, is carried out in the USA boils down to a combination of cost effectiveness and weather reliability. Very important that. GA flying is far cheaper in America than in the UK, sometime up to half the cost per hour for aircraft hire, for example, and fuel prices are far lower. There are also hardly any landing fees here. This allows for cheaper training and, as a result, cheaper course prices. As for Miami, honestly, we're not actually based in Miami. Miami was just for the first stop on our journey to Melbourne, Florida, which is where we're carrying out the training. To be perfectly honest, I'm not entirely sure why Florida is preferred over anywhere else in the UK. My guess would be mostly the good weather combined with the abundance of practice areas. the abundance of practice areas. Sorry, most of the flying is carried out in the mornings due to the frequent development of thermals, surface winds and thunderstorms in mid to late afternoon. Harry, that's fantastic, great information. And so, you know, if there's youngsters watching now, you know, there are flying schools, and I have heard some, you know, I'm not mentioning any names, but I have heard that the UK is extremely pricey on flight training and practical flying training, which is why a lot of these guys do actually head out to the United States. Obviously it's not cheap, but it is a lot cheaper. So if we're talking about 50% cheaper in a lot of cases. There we go. Just a quick shout out to the folks at Top Landing Gear Podcasts. Top Landing Gear Podcast. Great chats with pilots and celebrities from the aviation world, covering both the modern era and the historical stuff as well. So check them out, folks. Top Landing Gear Podcasts. Saw one, listened to one the other day with a ex-Virgin 747 pilot who was actually on board the 747 that had the emergency gear up emergency at Gatwick. A lot of people remember that, but yeah, that was a crazy day. I mean, he did so well to save that aircraft, and it continued to fly as well. I think she was one of the ones that we covered retiring out of London Heathrow. Right, we do have a couple of aircraft on approach, which is good. First out of the box, Lufthansa 320 Neo in from Frankfurt, funny enough. Flying to Frankfurt on British Airways, folks. Always like to try and fly BA on my domestic stuff as much as I can, just to support our national airline. On my international stuff, on my transatlantic stuff, as much as I can, I do like to fly Virgin. That's just the way I am. You know, I love both airlines. I've had great experiences with both British Airways and Virgin. But in terms of the intercontinental stuff, well, the transatlantic stuff, I do prefer to go Virgin. But there are obviously other fantastic airlines that you can utilise, but I'm talking about here in the UK. I've flown with a number of foreign airlines before, and they're all good. I've never had any issues with them. But as and when I can, I prefer to try and support our British airlines, and of course I have flown Aer Lingus out to JFK last year. Believe it or not, only last year, and that was a great experience as well, via Dublin. So we got, look at that stat forming, man. If you can flip and get it. No chance. Very calm winds, folks. Yeah, so talking about the procedure of changing the wheel out on a 747, saw one being changed at Cologne the other week. It's quite interesting because it is literally a trolley jack that goes underneath the main assembly. There is obviously a jack point on that main assembly, and then they will raise the gear with the trolley jack. Obviously, it's quite a considerable capability on it. But my question is this: does it lift the entire aircraft up, even if it is just by a couple of inches? I don't know as it is. I think that there may be some kind of an onboard system that allows the outboard or whatever undercarriage assembly that it is that's being changed out, whether they allow it to just raise the struts rather than the whole system in order to change the wheel out. Nice. Very calm conditions here, folks, today. You can see the sock is limp. It's limp. So as a result, very calm. If anything, very slight. Well, there's not even a breeze, to be honest. You see from the top of the trees that nothing. Very light breeze. Very light breeze. So. Now those lights are not flickering, they're just strobes that obviously are affected with the the FPS settings on the camera. What's that, GP? Oh, Richard Simmons, father. Passed away yesterday. He was a big Jet TV fan. Richard, condolences, my friend. All the very best to you. Sending our best wishes out to you. Great shame. So we're going to keep a close eye on updates coming from London Heathrow, folks, be it via the Twitter pages or just general news feeds. But if this 90-minute test is effective and proves to be successful in terms of the logistics of it, because obviously you need to think about that as well. You know, if you've got 200 or 300 people wanting to travel to a certain destination, those 200 or 300 people have to be tested prior to the flight, and then they have to obviously stay within the airport confines, I'd imagine, because you can't have them sort of like coming in, having their test, and then wandering somewhere. So apparently the results come back in 90 minutes, 90 minutes. So about an hour and a half, and you'll know whether you're fit enough to travel, which is great. Obviously, the only other concern that or question that I have is about the other end. Say it there, then. What happens at the other end? 777, long way out there. Oh no, Dreamliner. Wow. Nose down attitude. Okay, Virgin 787-900 inbound from Shanghai. Next up, that was the one that you saw turning on towards finals now, 320. Is that a Neo or is it it's just a Stocker? I think it's Then we have a little bit further on Bimmen's Dreamliner. Have seen their 777 in town recently, but utilising their Dreamliner this time. More SAS inbound. 320 Neo. Got lots of Polish Airlines. 737 inbound from Warsaw. DHL 757 inbound, which is a good thing. Long range wise, we should have a 380 on its way in, shouldn't we? Do we not have a 380 inbound, GP? Saj Lockett, good afternoon to you. Derek Gray, Emma Funnel, reading out support comments on Facebook. Michaela Marshall, Guy Martin is back. Welcome, Guy. Good to see you here, my friend. Andrew Scott, need my 380 jumbo fix. Well, Andrew, you can join us next week in Frankfurt, Wednesday and Thursday. Back-to-back shows. For members only next Wednesday and Thursday at Frankfurt, and let's, you know, we'll certainly get some freighter traffic out there, and let's wait and see what they can offer us. Going to have a hire car, so I can literally, I'm not going to be reliant on anybody. Also, based on the current situation, I think it's probably best that I'm on my own anyway, just to maximise the yeah, I just called that, yeah. Iberia 350 inbound, folks. Anderson James, take care, Anderson. I think he's just nipped off to breakfast. Darren Graham, what's going on with the mic? I don't think there's anything going on with the mic, Darren. I think you might need to go reset. Is that a Dreamliner with gear down? Yes, it is. Look at that. So that's hot brakes. Don't see very often these days, has to be said. Dirty configuration. Pilots don't like to fly with the undercarriage down. It's kind of something that they obviously plan for on approach, but not when they leave the airport. As soon as they can get the gear up, they prefer that. So that's likely to be a hot brake reading on the system, so they're just cooling the brakes, unless of course it's like what we had with the Virgin 330s a couple of years back. Well, last time we saw the Virgin 330s as recently as last year actually, or even early this year, where they had a system failure of the brake system that stops the wheels. So they had to wait for the wheels to stop turning or rotating themselves before they could bring them up into the undercarriage bay. All good on the mic, GP? Oh, okay. gear up. 4:55. Is he on? What is he on the flight deck, or is he a passenger? Well, the answer to that is yes. Wednesdays I go shopping. Oh, he's a lumberjack and he's okay. She's all that. Down trees I look my to go to the lavatory. Put on women's clothing and then go round the bars. Oh, Polar DHL 747 to your left. Can't see that, Aviation Gamer. It's 10/10 at the moment. Well, slightly, ever so slightly broken cloud, but very, very, very small little spots of blue, but very, very small. Not going to see any overflies, I'm afraid. Dan, good afternoon to you. Jane Beret, Sailor might be a long, super slow flight if leave the gear down all the way to Philadelphia. Yeah. Well, funny enough, didn't one of the Adrian MG53 Bangladesh divert on its way in? Okay, so this Biman Bangladesh Dreamliner, that's interesting. It's not a scheduled flight then. Claire Canham, celebrating her daughter's birthday today whilst watching Big Jet TV. Could you wish Mia a happy 5th birthday, Mia? Have a wonderful day. Well, it's over by now, I'm guessing. But anyway, hope you're enjoying the show, Mia, and Mum Claire Canham. Scotty Tarpley, Edward James, best delivery is in the paddock. Aviation Gamer. Ben Brown, good afternoon to you. It's not a divert, just flight radar 24 being wrong again. Alison Bowers, I didn't think it was. Martin Smith, I'm sure we will get a good storm, Martin. It's an almost guaranteed thing here in the UK, and we'll be there for it, of course. Bulldog 617, Jeff Anderson, good afternoon to you. SAS, talking of SAS, they've taken delivery of their first A321 long range using sustainable jet fuel, which is quite an interesting subject. Sustainable jet fuel. Another bit of news coming out of Manchester. New Virgin Dreamliner service to Delhi starting December the 19th. Obviously we're going to try and be there to cover that as well, folks. Join us for that. What the... Attention, attention. Wow, looking very bare over at the BA maintenance sheds, I have to say. Normally that area there would be, you know, full of, well, I mean, it was jumbos before. Jumbos and 380s. Now just a empty piece of real estate. That's one of the engine test bays over there that you're looking at, folks. Just baby buses just sitting around. Oh, is it? What the bzzz, what noise is it? Is it a whirring noise or is it a knocking noise? Is that maybe what that guy was talking about the problem with the mic? Okay, I'm just going to do a test, Julie. I'm just going to do a test. Okay, zooming in and letting go now. Did it do it then? It did it then, yeah? So what about when I'm actually zooming? It's not doing it now, no? Wow, everything just flexes when it touches down, doesn't it? It's just a lot going on there, isn't there? Yeah, I'm going to have to address that issue, Gilly. Just can't quite figure out why that would be. Because okay, let me just try something here. I'm going to take the mic out, Gilly. I'm going to go to proprietary. Yeah, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now just tell me if it happens now. Flicking it off, flicking it on. Doing that, doing that. Not doing it, not doing it. Okay. Just, I'm sort of like doing it aggressively now, so that it's like very exaggerated. It's not doing it. Okay, now let me just put that lead back in and test it to see whether it is. We just need to do a bit of troubleshooting, which is unfortunate that we have to do it on the show. But right, okay, gonna put the mic on now. Okay, doing exactly what I did just now. Now listen, ready? Go. No? So it's not doing it now, it's stopped doing it now. Sorry? Is it stopped, Jelly? Okay. We'll just keep an eye on it, because I don't know if that's I think that might be a mic input issue on the camera itself. But anyway, we'll see. We'll just keep an eye on it. Faiz Lukman upgraded to first class. Faiz joining us. Hopefully you can join us, folks. This coming. Wow, he's high. Little Eastern Embraer have been seeing their ATRs in town. Great little aircraft to fly on, folks. Tom Flight Sim, welcome Tom. Kieran Barrett, welcome to you. Michaela Marshall, good afternoon, good evening. Saj Lockett, Leslie White, all the regular crew joining us live for some late Sunday afternoon, just coming up 20 to 5. Got one of our members just about to join us from Manchester on board the aircraft, but not flying it. I wonder if that might be a leased aircraft with Eastern. Haven't seen Loganair for some time at Heathrow. They were flying quite regularly during the pandemic, in terms of the, when I say during the pandemic, we're still bleeding well in it, aren't we? But in lockdown, I seem to remember one of their turboprops being converted to air ambulance as well. English rocker. See you later. Max Woodman. No show tomorrow, Max. Wednesday and Thursday. It's on the pin, folks. People don't look, but it's understandable. You're not expected to see it. You know, it's one of those, you know, things that you just don't see. Oh yeah, sorry, I missed that. Oh right, okay. Paul Andrews got the week off this week, so it's Big Jet TV all the way. Joining us in Frankfurt. Who knows what we're going to see there, folks? But there are some decent enough positions to be able to take a peek over at the freight hub, or the freight terminal, should I say. Interestingly, I think that only the left and centre runways are in operation at Frankfurt currently during the week. I'm not sure. John O'Evans, Loganair have been awarded 12 slots per week to the Isle of Man from the winter schedule, yet to go on sale though. Okay, interesting. Thanks for that. Pilot Paul. Stayed at the Atrium Hotel, the big blue building to your right. Good planes fly right over you. Okay, to my right, the Atrium Hotel. Interesting. Oh yeah, I gotcha. That's a relatively new hotel as well. Still working on it by the looks of it. Still got roof work going on. Guess you'd have to get a very high up room to get decent views, but I'd imagine there is a straight down the middle of the runway view there at the Atrium. Trevina Denny, good afternoon. Trisha Guy. Paul Andrews. Gareth Dios, Rav H. So yeah, we're there. Another member show. It's the least we can do. Iberia 350 inbound, folks. Yeah. Looks tiny on my little monitor, but all you folks watching it on big screen TVs, it must look fantastic. Kimberly Bond. Loganair were flying into London Heathrow whilst London City was closed. Joe Cameron, there we go. So I'm guessing it's open again now, is it? Scott McLeod, off all this week, Jerry. Any chance of a midweek show at Heathrow? Scott, we're going to be at Frankfurt on Wednesday and Thursday. M14 guy checking in from DFW. Good afternoon to you. James Roberts, evening all. Iberia 330. I was there 330, not there 350. Oh, okay, there we go. And this is it right now. Thank you. I thought they're inbound. I thought their 350 was coming in, but we'll take a 330. Do like a 330. Big droopy undercarriage. Look at her. Ah, she's a beauty. I think this one runs the CF6 engine as well. Yeah, here we go. Wow, that was pretty heavy. Whoa, what was that? Tyre burst. Or is that just a locked brake? It's a locked brake, I think. It's just a flat spot on that tyre. You would have seen debris, I would imagine, you know, like tyre rubber and stuff flying all over the gaff. Flipping heck! It's Sunday. What are you driving all around here for, man? I thought if Sunday would be quiet. It's more trucks than a truck flipping convention. Good though. Good that they've got jobs, that we've got our stuff being delivered by Yodel and other companies. Just wish they wouldn't go past here. So that'll be a tyre inspection, won't it? I'd imagine. That was a heavily locked up port undercarriage, possibly one wheel. I don't really know. Dreamliner, squatty. Catch my face. Ha ha! Flapperons, check the flapperons out. Wow. Wow. Speed brakes deployed before he's even touched down. Fantastic. Just drops it. Throttles back. It's an Iberia 330. Must have gone through. Oh yeah, he'll be parking up at T5, won't he? That Iberia, the 330. Yorkshire Miles Trains. Good afternoon, Yorkshire Miles Trains. Welcome to Big Jet TV. Doug Marshburn, Geneva Lewis, Dove Jones. Box, box, box. Safety car for the Iberia 330. Rob Shipway. That one, I think, from Tokyo. Rob telling us on Facebook. Thanks, Rob. Jeff Anderson. Funny you should say that. I'm waiting on the episode of Britain's Busiest Airport to have a feature on Jerry. They are actually, we are working with those guys. And Jimmy, if you're watching right now, a big shout out to you, my friend. I know Jimmy and all the crew from the production company that were working on Britain's Busiest Airport were actually, you know, they had to, along with hundreds of other production companies, had to stop production, but they're back on again now, and we are looking to do something with them in November, believe it or not, for one of their shows. Neo. SAS again. What was that, Jilly? Say that again. Oh, what? Because of the sound effects and all that. A parrot in a past life. Dave Carrington. Good afternoon. Oh, that was the Iberia 330. Yeah. Yeah, they got a 350 coming in as well, or? Oh, camera! So is he going to hold? I think this guy might hold before being able to cross. Now, interestingly enough, although this was on radar, wow, look at that anomaly of the heat coming off that's something that you see around about this time of year, is that crazy sort of like heat, warpy sort of like effect. Helicopter actually landing down at the private terminal, I think. Simon Ice, take it easy. Lisa Fedderson Road, Christopher McDonald, Kirsty Finch, Emirates 380 due in at 6:20. Will you still be there? Yeah, I mean 6:20. You're right on the cusp of at this time of darkness. So yes, we'll be here. Simon, Derek, great. Thank you very much, Darren Graham from Battersea. Should land at the Royal Suite, telling us that helicopter. Thanks, Darren. Elliot Reed, Eva, 777 inbound behind the Thai Airways. Well, that's some way out, isn't it? It's not. Go 757 with DHL. DHL just announcing their breast cancer awareness campaign on some of their aircraft, launching it at East Midlands. Good for them. There's that anomaly, look, on the left-hand side. It's the vortex. It's like the heat mixing with the vortex, or the heat vortexing off of the the flats. Crazy. Could you see it? It's almost like, you know, a bit like having a migraine. If you know what it's like to have a migraine, that is, with the sort of like flashy lights and all that. Oh, bless you, blame me, really do that, my love. Sorry about that. Do you fancy? What's the normal night for Britain's busiest airport? I think the series is over. The current series has run its course, hasn't it? I mean, you know, it's okay. I mean, if you're sort of like interested in someone being stuck in an elevator and Mr. Smith not quite making it with his family to the flight, and John's got to, you know, he's got to run to the, you know, duty free to buy a load of water for the flight crew, you know, milk it for 20 minutes, you know. Yeah, should be quite interesting to see just what they're going to do with us. Do one. Play a little. Hangs around in bars. You alright, mate? Leslie White. Saj Lockett. Ivo, good afternoon to you. Kelvin Grant, blurry heat haze mirage effect. There we go. That's exactly the sort of thing we're talking about. Good description there. Let's see if we can pick it up on the next one. Happens on all of them, has to be said. When they land, how much runway do they have left? Neil Corsa. A lot, Neil, has to be said. The only time that any of these big jets will use maximum runway length is something like the 380 or a heavily laden these runways are very, very long indeed. 2 miles, I think you'll find. 2 miles in length. You know, obviously they need to use their brakes and reverse thrusters or and spoilers as a combination, but it all depends on the amount of prevailing wind that they've got. Right now there's no wind to use in terms of slowing the aircraft down, so it will be primarily down to brakes and reverses, but even so at speed the spoilers work very effectively. Let's see if we can get that little mirage effect. Usually off the outboard flap. There it is, there it is. And normally that would be, you know, in cold conditions, that would be a visible vortex. You know, a white vortex. Blimey, that was quick. Oh. I thought the helicopter was coming back to motorcycle. Sounds like a Moto 3 bike. Here comes the Moto 3 boys. Carol Cupcake asking when will the last 747 leave Manchester? Still waiting on that at the moment, Carol. But rest assured, we will keep you in the loop on that one. Andrew Skinner, on flight sim, even with low auto brake, you use just over half the runway, so there we go. So still got a mile left, basically. Ben Brown, BA's inaugural Maldives flight to London Heathrow service lands at 7:45 tonight. Well, there we go. Kitty Blue, there we go. I didn't want to say too much, Kitty, but there we go. It's very true. You know. very odd. I'm guessing they just sort of like want to promote Heathrow as being a friendly airport where if you're, you know, sitting down and you're playing a guitar, everybody can join in. Kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. Quite cringy, but if you like that kind of thing, good for you. Quite a lot of and then then it disperses off of the wing tip, doesn't it? Yeah, I saw that on Plane Finder, but I only saw the aircraft and had to select the aircraft to get the. It didn't say LOT Polish Airlines. You know, normally there's a little the little description follows it. Dave Jones, you're absolutely fine, my friend. You can tell us inbound, outbound, whichever way you want. We obviously, you know, if you see something interesting that's going out on the northern runway, by all means tell us, because we will capture it. Like, for example, hopefully the Cathay Pacific 747. Not sure when that's going to go out. So Dave Jones, Dave Jones, please don't worry about giving us information both on inbound and outbound jets. So we'll probably see. Yeah, she's an old 200, isn't she? Oh, big double-decker bus. One of the freighters. Is that one of the freighters? So in terms of revenue, I'm not sure, obviously we're carrying freight out, we're obviously bringing freight in as well, must be. Belly freight for that 777, one of two 777-200 freight, one of two 777-200, is it an ER that was stripped out internally, all the seats taken out, and used as a freighter. That's why if you look on your radar apps, you will probably see that she has an F designation after her reg, at the end of her reg, Japan Airlines. 777-200 on the move. Interesting to see that Japan Airlines using their 777 recently. Paul Grew, good day to you, Paul. Welcome to Big Jet TV. And Roger Bracker, good afternoon, Roger. Hope you're well. Emma Funnell, Leslie White, Derek Gray. Adrian MG53 giving us information. Runways, northern is 3,902 metres by 50 metres. That's the width. Southern is 3,658 by 50 metres. 3,902 being the northern runway, the longest runway of the two. Richard Hodge. Yeah, folks. I've got to be honest with you, if you don't get a notification from the app, the best thing you can do is uninstall and reinstall. That's the best advice I can give you in terms of relying on the app. Just check something here. Lock. Oh, okay, interesting. No, I think we need to speak to these guys because that seems to be a problem. It seems to be right. Yeah, but yeah. But I'm imagining. Okay, interesting. Okay, so should have got a little red dot on your notification on your app on your phone, folks. There should be something there from us. Yeah, it's got nothing. No red dot, no nothing. Checking its reliability. Yeah. Maybe just what your location, your Wi-Fi signal. Yeah, that very moment in time. Yeah. It's one of those things, isn't it? Oh, blimey, I'll tell you what, I was warm when I got on here, but now it's chilly, man. Now it's chilly. Random place for A318 Jordan. I think that's Royal Jordanian, is it possibly? I saw a Royal Jordanian, is it 320 in before we came on air? Doug Marshburn, Richie P1. How? Anderson, welcome to first class. Anderson, Russ Phillips. United 777 due out in the next half hour, Andrew Skinner saying. Elizabeth Coulson. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, the app is reliable as it possibly can be. But obviously, as you can appreciate, sometimes depends on your location, where you're at, but if you're, let's just say, for example, Julie, you're in a bad area, yeah, and you drive into a good area, surely you'll pick it up and it just won't not deliver it. So, well, we need to check these things with the provider because. Kirsty Finch, yes, thank you. Jerry, news about Virgin 747 Lima Gulf. It's due to do a test flight on the 5th of November, but could change. Just waiting for room at St Athan. Yeah, well, we've kind of got the info on that, Kirsty. Thank you for updating us on that. We're aware of it. We just wait for things to happen literally the night before. Little TAP here. Because I'll be honest with you, I never get it. Oh yeah, that's the point. Maybe that's why. Hold on a minute. Let me just check that. You see, I'm a dimwit, folks. Let's be honest. I'm a bit of a dimwit when it comes to stuff, some technology stuff. So it might be as simple as, have I got the notification turned on? Go my notifications. Go to Big Jet TV. Oh, allow notifications. There we go. No, it's already on. It's already on, mate. And I didn't get one. So you know, I mean, obviously, I just never seem to get for some unknown reason. Yeah, you need to obviously check, make sure your notifications are enabled in your settings. That's important, obviously. We're going to do a test one now. So obviously a lot of people saying that it works fine for them, blah, 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 etc., etc. Richard Hodge. Martin Smith, yeah, very true point. Discussing with Torsten at Cologne the other week about the fact that they'll need 8,000, somewhere in the region of 8,000 747s, or the equivalent of carrying capacity of around 8,000 747s. And don't forget also, you need to consider the fact that these things have to be carried, the vaccine has to be carried in temperature controlled environment. We are many. Sometimes he gets them, sometimes he doesn't. 10 for that, you must be mad. Michael K, Karen Cork. Karen, have you sent one, Jilly? Oh, John Tasker gets all 3. Okay. I've got nothing. No. Refresh, loading last update, 18th of October at 5:15 p.m. And there it is, but nothing there. Everyone's working except me. It's great, isn't it? Ben Brown, any chance of you visiting the museum at Newquay Airport? Well, we like the a good airport. They've got VC10 down there, apparently. I think we should go back to Brooklands as well. I mean, we've done the Brooklands Concorde, of course, but they've got a lot of other aircraft on static display there. They have a VC10. Zambia Airways, I think it is, in their livery, that flew in there, believe it or not. BAC 111, possibly a Trident as well. Of course, they've got the Wellington bomber, as well as a fantastic display of historic cars as well. But we'll stick to planes, folks. We'll stick to planes. A little bit shady, that landing. That wasn't out. Have we caught Dylan yet, Jilly? Must have caught him. thought it was at 5 at 4. I thought it was 5 to 5 or something. Or was it 5:50? Wow. Look how quick they turned that Eastern Embraer around in. Ben Brown, yeah, we'll have to chat about that. Test received, everyone's saying. Alan Doyle, nothing on his device. Neil Schwartz likes the idea of Brooklands. We've done Brooklands, like I say, with the Concorde, but I think we should definitely go back there and pay them another visit. Ben Brown, the Cook's Club 321 at TCX installed in Newquay next door to the museum. You get great views of those planes, including some TCX A330s. Wow. Old Thomas Cook 330s, which we would have seen flying out of Manchester. Ah, sad days indeed. What's that, Julie? I was going out of Heathrow. Okay. I was going to Washington on what? A Dreamliner or? Oh, he's on a 350, is he? Oh, okay. It's a Royal Jordanian. There's the Royal Jordanian 320. We did. Oh, okay, so Dylan's come in on the show and he's going out on the show. Hodgie is in house. Brooklands is awesome, Kelvin Grant saying. I've been a lot, really good how they have a new indoor hangar area as well as outdoor statics. Yes, indeed, they do. Yes, great place, Brooklands, folks. If you're ever in the Surrey area and you're able to, you've got a bit of time on your hands, visit Brooklands. And if you're into historic cars as well, of course, it's the old, it's on the spot where the Wellingtons used to be built at Brooklands. And of course, also what's that, Jelly? What? It's individual phones or okay, iOS, right? Ah, okay, there have been apparently iOS issues, folks. ZG68, that was an Augusta 109. Sultan over Oman's VC10, A40AB, Keith Cornell saying. Which VC10 was that? Not today, Keith Coventry. Sarah Purvis, good afternoon to you, Julie Chaston. Alan Gale, Alan Doyle. Okay, Alan Doyle asking if there's any chance of pinging another test message just for those of you guys who've reinstalled. I think it might be an iOS issue, folks, not anything to do with reinstall and uninstall and reinstall. I think by the sounds of it is it might be okay, we'll just send a so those apps that you rely on, perhaps every time you do an update, it might be worth it might be doing an uninstall and reinstall. Right, I've deleted the app off of my phone. Let's just see. Don't do it yet, Julie. Just stand by. Right, searching Big Jet TV. There it is. Downloading. Thank you for downloading the Big Jet TV app. Now you will be able to enjoy aviation from around the world. Yvonne Heelan, what is iOS? I don't know what it stands for, but it's the operating software, isn't it? Operating system for Apple, isn't it? iOS. Is it? I don't really know. Right. Allow Big Jet TV to use your location. Allow while using the app, yeah. And like to send you notifications. Allow. Right. Okay, stand by, Julie. iPhone operating system. There we go. iOS. That's what it stands for. Okay. I'm ready for the... Oh. What's that? Is that little Embraer making that noise? Taxi. Okay, I'm ready for the... Yeah, go for it. Oh, Lisa Ann Brown, independent operating server, apparently, is what it is. There we go, I got one. I got it. Yeah, I got it. Who flipping raw? Ha-ha! iPhone Operation Systems, Rennie Jansen. Saj Lockett got his notification. Looks like we all got it. Testing, 1, 2, 3. This is not a drill. Well done, folks. Thank you, Jilly. Right on time for another aeroplane. Hey. Scandinavia going on lockdown or something. So many flipping SAS flights coming in. Mind you, if they were, they probably used their 330. Sveden. Okay, so few little we're just at that transition point of the focus issues right now. Nick McNair's having serious issues. He didn't get it. He's reinstalled, he's uninstalled, reinstalled, and reinstalled, and uninstalled, and uninstalled, and reinstalled. Oh, sorry, folks. What? What's that? Sorry, folks. Doug Jones. Kaskapaloo. Sean Newstead saying, is it good news that testing will start next week from London Heathrow to Newark? Testing as in flight testing? John Grinham, yes. Well, Newark, New Jersey. What's that? What is funny? What is? Yes, indeed. Aer Lingus 330, 300 in 15 minutes, Donald Palmer. Thanks, mate. Mr. Grinham, yes, we're planning to stay till dark. At least till, there we go. GN man, was that Rossi? He's sitting in his room, and he's got the old lurgy. Poor old Valley. Hodgie. Oh, there's not the focus. Sorry about that. Blimey, oh, flipping Riley. So you've got to keep an eye on the screen. Let's just try and do this, shall we? Just see what happens here. God bless you. Okay, just keep an eye on that. Should not really have major issues now that we've got that. Yeah, so don't forget, folks, next week we are in Frankfurt for 2 days, Wednesday and Thursday, members only in Frankfurt. Be great to have you join us there if you can. A few people saying that they've got the week off. Yes, indeed. Old Ross is at home, and he sat next to someone who had the lurgy on the plane. Can you Adam and Eve it? So he doesn't like panning. They don't like it up, sir. Doesn't like panning. What's that, Julie? I know, I don't understand it. I mean, very possibly, yeah. But apparently, apparently it was all track and trace. Someone on the plane had it, and he was traced as having sat next to him, because he was sitting next to him. Now, whether whether they were wearing face masks, which I can't imagine them not wearing face masks. I can't. That just. You're not allowed to fly if you're not wearing a face mask. So how that's happened, I don't really understand it. Yeah. There's all sort of this scenarios. Stephen McRae, yes, my day off. Look forward to Frankfurt. TCC. James Malloy. Wow, he's getting the iPhone 12 Pro. I feel quite lost, left out now. I've only got a. Is that him going out? Oh, it's a Dreamliner going out there, isn't it? Is that a Dreamliner going out over there? Is he on radar yet, Julie? Did you say he's on radar, Dylan? Let's just see how this. See, look, she'll. Get that front wheel down, son. Flipping heck! That's the longest flare I've ever seen on a 320. I don't know if it. Oh, Valet, as in Valentino. Yeah, they were on what? Arbolino is another racer. Yes. Yeah. Private plane, there we go, and they weren't wearing face masks, probably. There you go. Private plane, not wearing face masks. I've got to be honest with you, that's just stupid. And to be honest with you, that's down to the airline as well, or the charter company. Oh, well, I heard on the show that apparently he got it because he sat next to somebody on a plane that had the lurgy. So, you know, all these different conflicting sort of like, wow. There's a 350. That's not him. Is he lined up? I think that's him there, isn't it? That's him there. Is that him there? There we go. Yeah. Alrighty. RT's in the house. Rich Taub, long-standing friend of Big Jet TV. United going out. One of the best tweets yesterday was from Specsavers to the FA. Dear FA, have you got 5 minutes for a quick chat? That was brilliant, man. You have to be watching the football to understand that. It goes to 320. We're just going to now wait for that 350 to go through the shop. Frequent flyer. Ben Brown, baby bush. A baby bush, baby bus is on the bush. Come on, son. Oh, Dave Jones, A330 on finals. Well, it was actually quite dramatic, wasn't it? Seeing that wheel lock. Got a big old flat spot on his tyre, that's for sure. You and me as well, Gary. I've got no idea. I don't think they know either. There we go. Safe journey, Dylan. The overwing vortex, the white strip vortex that you see, strip of condensation over the wing created by the vortex generators on the engines, little slivers. Can't really show you an example of it at the moment because got no aircraft to give you an example of. There you can see this. You can see the vortex generators. Otherwise known also as splitters. Now this is interesting. Is this another Iberia 330, Gilly? Oh no, this is Aer Lingus, isn't it? The old livery as well. Nice. Oh, cool. it's a trade-off, isn't it? Same thing. Same thing. It's too much furniture in the way, isn't there? All things that are sort of like conflicting with the focus. See, it's fine when it's out there. So interesting that little technical issue that we had earlier on, Julie, is right, which is quite interesting. Got a big banger. Got a big banger. The old banger. There you go. It's lovely old jetliner, folks. DHL 300 freighter. Nice. Yeah, folks, that is me doing the screen changes just because obviously at this time of night when the light drops we have to go to a different setting on the camera. It's not brilliant in these conditions, I have to say, but we get by with it. What? Yeah. Dirty flapper. Flown on the Aer Lingus 330. Oh, brilliant. Greg out in Trinidad and Tobago gets his notification every time. Fair play. Turkish trip. Looks like he's coming out of play. It's off to, he's going out, isn't he? Yeah, slats are extended. Left turn play. Brandon plane spotter, why is the back so high on the A330? Well, actually, it's interesting that you mentioned that, Brandon. The A330 does have a very sort of like high rake to it, you know, back in the air, front squatted down, which is why you see on the Qatar freighters, the 330 freighters, they have a revised front undercarriage bay, which basically lifts the front of the aircraft up to bring it level. So yeah, good, well spotted, but it is quite high. Every 330 has that configuration. Them winds are cold, blowing down me back. Right, hold on a minute. Yeah, Scott. There. 8:45 a.m. 8:46 a.m. in Alaska, Margie Ann say. Wow. That's crazy. Hope you're doing well out there, Angie. Was it Angie? Margie, sorry. Rav H, no, paddock is not a mud bath, my friend. It's not really that bad at all, to be honest. devices. Get them while they're on. Didn't even notice you'd gone. That's crazy. 8:45 AM in Alaska. We have a new member, Billy Kane. G'day to you, Billy. Margie's trying to wake up. Washing basket. Okay, so what time have we got now? It is 10 to 6. Okay, so around about, what did you say, is Emirates in at 6:30, was it? Just leaving the coast of Netherlands, as we say that, Julie Betteridge. Tripping it. Come and stay at yours then, Margie Ann, when I hit anchorage. 30 minutes, yeah? George Adams, BA 787-8, then Etihad 787-10, then just coming over the channel is the 380. More than likely that will be the closeout. Hodgie, nice to be back at the paddock. Jabir, Rafiq, no runway change, Jabir. This is, they change at 3 PM every day. The runway, the flights will stop around about 11 PM, unless there are some sort of like special flights that are coming in during the night, but generally last flight here around about 11 PM. Then tomorrow morning they will be departing this runway up until 3 PM. 27 operations are always at a runway change at 3 PM. Not direction change, but operational departures and arrivals. So if they're arriving in the morning at 3 PM, they'll be going out when they switch over. Always the same on 27 operations. On 09 operations, they remain on the same operations all day. 09 left for arrivals, 09 right for departures. Craig Rose, good day to you, Craig. Welcome to First Class, joining us on Frankfurt on Wednesday and Thursday, folks. If you want to join us, we have a special members only show this coming Wednesday and Thursday as I head out to Frankfurt to try and bring you members something a little bit different. Yeah, a little bit difficult that Andrew. It's not just a case of having a second camera. Having a second camera, you would need a second bond unit, and it's a very difficult sort of like tricky thing to set up. So, but thank you very much for the offer anyway. I appreciate it. Scott Tarpley, Jay and Bryson. Tip. John Collins, Ian Dickinson. BEA due in around about 40 minutes. Have to go shortly. Is getting steak pie for dinner. Wow, lucky you, mate. Take care, my friend. Have a great evening. You say the wine. Wow, 2-day-old cold pizza. Flipping heck. Make sure you cook it well enough. On Wednesday, well, just be ready for your notifications on Wednesday. But basically, expect me to be live by about 9 o'clock, I would have said, because it'll be about 10 o'clock there that I'll be setting up. But if we're early, like we normally are, we'll send out a notification for you folks. Qantas arrival on Tuesday. Yam yam for flight repatriation. Julia Betteridge, of course. I remember hearing that. Interesting. What time's that coming in? I'm flying out on Tuesday, aren't I? Aren't they operating them for a few days or something? Maybe on Friday there might be another Qantas repat. Oh, they're coming in at stupid o'clock, folks. Darkness, yeah. Anyway, back to the planes. All right, mate? Keith Cornell. I've had one fox in the paddock. Yeah, I tend to... Kayla Marshall, it's going to be epic. Are we talking about... thank God, that chance. Well, funny enough, it wasn't VAR that ruined the game yesterday. It was actually the referee, wasn't it? Wasn't it the ref? Oh, the VAR operator, which is just ridiculous. Anyway, I don't want to get onto that. Yeah. Where do you get the BEA emoji? Paul Grow asking. Paul Grew. It's right here, Paul. There's a little face at the bottom there. I think that's it, isn't it? And it depends on what device you're on as well, doesn't it? They are there, Paul. Where's Bootle Lad? It's Bootle Lad here. There, Bootle Lad. Bobby Fitzsimmons, EK3A6 EUT, is 3.7 years old and has 2 incidents since delivery to Emirates. Tyre blowout and separation investigation with Cessna citation over Turkish airspace. Wow. Oh, I remember that. Or am I just thinking of something else? Where an A380 had an incident with a private jet, and the private jet nearly crashed, didn't it? With a citation, wasn't it? Do you remember that? The 380 got caught in its wake. I don't know if that was Emirates or what, but I seem to remember that being in the news. Thank you, Ben. Variable 4 knots. Very, very calm winds here. Mrs. A. No problem at all, Mrs. A. There we go. Max Woodman. Does any of you know Captain Joe? Captain Joe. Captain Joe. Oh, which one's that, Jilly? What's that, sorry? Oh, what the yeah, the Harris Hawk, wasn't it? Developed by. Okay. Oh, I haven't seen that. Is it an explanation of it? Gaz Grill, g'day. Oh, does he? Okay, interesting. Captain Joe. Okay. More technical, the better, to be honest with you. Zombie Biker 600, good day to you. Action man, a bit like Carl. Number 35. What's that? I don't know what Jimmy? Oh, right. Very true. Somebody say there hasn't been many Virgin planes landing this afternoon. Brian Summers. We had one, I think that was it, and possibly one going out. But apart from that, yeah, you're right. Simon Harding, has anyone been to Chileka Airport, Blantyre recently? Where's that? Sabira upgrades to first class. Thank you, Sabira. Wow. Alan Gale talking about an incident with the 747 aircraft getting blown underneath the parked Viscount. Tracy Byram, that's a shame. I wasn't on the 350-100 delivery, Max. Jay Ruetz, an absolute pleasure, Jay. Although we did a show yesterday with the folks up at Coventry, I kind of thought that, you know, you guys would want some current day stuff just to finish off your weekend, or to start your weekend, should I? Start your Sunday off, depending upon where you are in the world, of course. Sabira, g'day. Karen Corcoran loving the lights on the runway. Yeah, it is a sort of like quite a nice. I love airports at night, basically. This kind of time of night as well is pretty cool. Seeing the runway lights. Dutch pilot girl. Anita N. Welcome, Anita. Claire Canham upgraded to first class. Matthew Kane, 1980. Welcome to economy, Matthew. Ben, I've seen that. I've seen Kilo November parked over at the maintenance sheds. She has moved though. I don't know if they've moved her back or what. But hello, hello. Horses approaching. Horses approaching. Over. Over. Horses approaching. Attention. Attention. Oh, we've already got one down here. Look. Chuck, Chuck, Chuck! Oh yeah, he's got one of his strobes is not working. It's gone US, isn't it? Wow. Maintenance need to jump on that in the morning. Gas grill. It's like a few people are going to organise their week around the Frankfurt show. Please do not chew the van, thank you. Van. No chewing the van. Oi, yeah, you. No chewing the van, thank you. Just totally ignoring it. Hello, hello, hello. What's going on over here? It's a nice chewy van we got there. Oh, please don't chew the van. Oh, look at this big old thing. Etihad's dashed in. Yeah! All the trucks out of the way, please, I think. Oh. Nice. Now there's the twin blinking strobes. That's what it should be like. What's that? Next, Reef Marquez, same name as the young brother of Marc Marquez, who Alex Marquez did so well today in MotoGP. Boy's got some, he's come on strong in the last couple of races. Anita N, welcome to first class, Anita. Great to see you here. Claire Canham has upgraded. EK over London City, Chipaz 99, thank you. Sorry, Chipaz 1990. What was I going to check? turning on the finals now. You're unbelievable. Bobby Fitzsimmons, thank you. Emirates 380 next in, Paul Skilling, Alan Gale. Hey! JP. Dave Jones. No. Q. He was just about to get a flipping mouthful of flipping windscreen wiper, that one. Say he, looks like a she, looks like she's fully pregnant. Come on! Stop all that stupidity, Fago. Simon Hill, thank you. Oh, Tony Stark, just checking the horsepower of your thumb. Yes. I can see you. Well, this is so around about this time of night that we're going to be starting the Halloween show, innit? The Mid-Freak show. Everybody dance. Ooh, clap your hands, clap your hands. Still waiting. He wants to count. Oi! 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 What's that? Who? What? Ray Rowson wishing Wendy a happy 60th birthday. Happy birthday, Wendy. Oh, please don't scratch your bum on the van because it makes it shake. What? Oi! Stop it! And it shakes the van and it bends it. The Grumpy Jump. Fast as funk. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Well, it'll be a. Oh, is it on Saturday? Is it Halloween? Oh, it won't be the Mid-Freak show. It'll be the weekend, Freakend, the Freakend show. Hey, hey, hey! Ba-dum. I got it first. I actually got something first. The Freakend show. Oh, that's even better than the Mid-Freak show, isn't it? I don't know. Okay, here we go. Here we go, ladies and gents. The biggest commercial jetliner in the world is just about to grace. It doesn't look like a 380 from here. Looks like a 320. But there we go. Guessing it is. Am I right? Are we right? It is a 380. Right, yeah, okay. Probably be doing it from the paddock as well, I'd imagine. Only because it's dark and scary in here. I will be dressing up, folks. I'm waiting for my fancy dress to arrive, he looks quite angry, this guy here. Look, he's walking the way he's walking with his head down towards these two here. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, okay. This is A3 inbound. By the way, if Chris from last night, Chris, if you're watching, I do apologise for leaving without saying goodbye. I felt really bad about that. Just sort of like things happening, gates closing, all that kind of stuff. My sincere apologies. Great to meet you last night, and again, I'm so sorry. This looks too small. Okay. This looks too small. Outboard wing lights just look. Only about a mile out. No. Frank's isolating. It's definitely getting a bit bigger as it gets closer, but just didn't look. Come on, camera. Wow, look at the plumes of smoke coming out the engines. Big downwash, big downwash. Everybody loving that. Everybody loving that. Oh my goodness me, right. Anyone see the miniature wonderland or miniature wunderland that we did from Hamburg, folks? How many of you guys and girls saw that? This kind of reminds me of it. That's the reason why I'm saying it. Check it out, miniature wonderland, as in W-U-N-D-E-R-L-A-N-D. Search it on our library, and we're hoping to revisit there at some point, because it was a fantastic. Did a full live show from there, and then of course edited it down to a I think about an hour-long edit. If you're into dioramas and you know, airport dioramas, well, anything really, great place to visit. Operations room is just so impressive. You know, they've got little tiny cameras on the little tiny model trains, just to make sure that the operations room can double check that there's no nothing on the tracks, you know, make sure that everything's running effectively, efficiently. The airport operations alone are really impressive, how they turn the aircraft around. Even have an arrivals and departures board there, can you believe it? Every single little detail that you could possibly imagine. You should look inside the maintenance hangar that they've got there with Lufthansa Technik. They've got the Beluga XL there, which even opens up, and it's got the nose section of a 320 Neo in it. It just, everything about it is fantastic. Definitely worth a look if you've got 5 minutes to spare. Look it up on Big Jet TV. Miniature Wonderland, Wunderland, W-U-N-D-E-R-L-A-N-D. Of course, had a lot of people join us there live, but it was still a great show. Vincent Pink, aka Martini, went to a miniature wonderland last year. Absolutely, him saying, oh, message pinned. Oh, I think I've accidentally pinned the message, Shirley. Went to miniature wonderland last year. Oh no, unpinned. Hold on. Okay, I've got it. Sorry. Went to miniature wonderland last year. Absolutely amazing. Make sure you set aside a whole day. Exactly. The airport alone is beyond stunning. Can't wait to go back. I mean, the airport alone. If you're going out there just to watch just to look at the airport, you're going to spend an hour and a half in there, or an hour at least. And then they've got like scenic areas, you know, ports, train depots, just everything. Every scenario, every sort of like place that you could possibly imagine. One of them they didn't have, actually. It was a racetrack, which was quite interesting. At least I don't think they did. Oh, they're building one, aren't they? That was it. Yeah, they're building a racetrack. But you can even see inside the workshops as well. See these guys, they're not little Oompa Loompas, they're real life human beings working feverishly on these tiny little things, you know, little motors. Even on the aircraft, the bloody fans turn on the engines on the bigger aircraft. It just is so impressive, the amount of detail that they and effort that they put into it to getting it right. I'd take my hat off to them, even though I haven't got one on. Oh, I have got one on. There you go, folks. Right, okay, that's your lot. Off to bed. Go on. Go on. We'll see you on Wednesday, ladies and gents, if you're a member, of course. Frankfurt, 2-day special, Wednesday and Thursday. I'm renting a car, so we're going to be driving around all over the place, hunting down these jets. I believe that just 2 runways are operational at the moment at Frankfurt. I think so, anyway. So that kind of gives us an opportunity to sort of like stick with those 2 runways. We'll have a clear view of the freight hub. Well, I say a clear view, a good enough view, so we'll be able to see what's going in and coming out. Because obviously the passenger traffic is much like Heathrow, right down to about a third at the moment. I think most airports around the world are about 70% down on normal operations. But anyway, we're hoping it's going to pick up, and as time goes on, more information is going to come through about the testing at airports, and hopefully all collectively, all the airports around the world can all work together and start these things like what was it BA talking about starting a Newark service up very soon indeed as well. So we don't know what's happening, but as we hear things, we'll let you know, as well as you letting us know as well. Keep an eye out on Zul's page as well, because he's one who he's got his ear to the ground and here's a lot of information coming out from the operations guys here at London Heathrow. But anyway, thanks folks, really appreciate your time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be good to yourselves, be good. What's that? Oh, it's BEA. What, is this it here? Is this BEA here? No. Okay, where is she at? Oh, okay. We can wait 9 minutes, can't we? We're not going to see it, though. Let me just see if you can see it. Hold on a minute. See a little bit of it. What? That is Eurowings, yeah. Really? Well, it must have gone around a long way out then, I'd imagine. Just hanging around for the folks who want to watch the BEA 319 inbound, folks. Super Yaris 123, welcome to Executive Super Yaris. What's that, Julie? Oh, is it? Okay, I can see she's I can see her lights flashing now. Hold on a second, let me just see if I can see her. Got there she is in the dark. Cathay Pacific 747 freighter, folks. So she will cross the active. We'll grab hold of that before we go. You see, you don't go until the thing cuts out. Literally, that is a jumbo jet. Oh, did it? Nigel Warren, frequent flyer. Karen Corcoran, Kirk Edwards, Troon Hunter, frequent flyer. Extra time. 5 minutes extra time. Matthew Kane, 1980, Pershaw, Dude Wifey, Ben Catford, Roger Slater, all asking for BEA. Sandy Humby looking forward to Frankfurt. Going to get that 747 turning his taxi lights on any moment now. That strong smell of rubber. Ooh. Phil Davis, I might be wrong, but I think there might be a BEA inbound. You shouldn't ask them not to spam it, Jilly, because they will, won't they? truck. Jumbo taxiing. Oh no, she's not yet. I thought that was her, sorry. Truck for truck's sake, money for God's sake. Sue Pitchin still lurking away. Peugeot dude wifey. Joe Schmo. Martin Smith. Mark Willis. Michael Edge. Don't go yet. Brilliant. Who said that? Only ghouls and horses. Christopher McDonald. Rubber and dirty flaps. Ooh. Keith Cornell, don't drop the van keys. Come on, son! Is BE8 next in? Farmer Steve. Thank you, my friend. David Edwards looking forward to Frankfurt. Well, so am I. Hoping that we can bring you some decent action from Frankfurt. Unfortunately, won't be able to meet up with any of our regular people that we meet out there, only because I prefer to stay, you know, isolated, if you see what I mean. Ooh, smell of rubber. With my reputation. What's Frankfurt doing, Jilly? What's Frankfurt doing? Oh, is it? There we go. She's active. This isn't BEA, is it? This is not BEA. Okay. Lady Thunderbird 6. That was it, that was it. No, it wasn't, no, it wasn't. Oh, sorry. No, it wasn't, it wasn't. It just the flipping thing said it on the... It's next in, sorry. Oh, David Bridges, thank you, my friend, on Facebook. That would be great, David. I think those guys need to hear what we're trying to propose. I understand they're busy and all that sort of stuff, God bless you. But it'd be great to just come up there and sit down and have a cup of coffee, have a chat with them, and see what the options are. Dave Jones. Harry. I will be at home for the Frankfurt shows now that I have a new job. Congratulations, mate. Good thing is that this, so we're going to get BEA touching down, and then we'll just concentrate on this 747 crossing the active runway in darkness. Great time to fly out in darkness like this. Graham Jones, thank you very much indeed. An absolute pleasure. Terry Slater's only just tuned in. Terry, a bit late to the party, but Russ CT, well, I've got you. He's right behind me, folks. Hodgie, looking forward to Frankfurt Phil. Dave Jones, I've got you, mate. Don't you worry about it. At the moment, it's just a couple of beaming lights, so it's pointless looking. I'll catch her. Don't you worry about it. Can't go like 7:47 in next week. Can you wait? Here we go. British European Airways Retro Jet. You're not going to see it right there, are you? Because the lights are so bright. Just about see the tailplane. Yeah, that did look really cool, didn't it? She looks really cool, doesn't it? Can you hang on for another 58 minutes? I am a robot. Oh yeah, look at her. Look at how fast that taxi is across to active runway. Wow. Is this a 400? This is a 400, yes it is. Yeah, loving the jets at night, man. Camera's behaving itself, isn't it? Oh, listen to those CF6s. Bootle lad, there he is, Bootle lad. Right, there you go, folks. I'm out of here now. Just can't see me at all. Just an outline of the man I used to be. But anyway, folks, listen, we'll see you on Wednesday. Anything extra happening, if there's all of a sudden some kind of special movement, then we'll say hello. We'll see you on Wednesday at Frankfurt. Members only, folks, if you're wondering. Oh, I can't watch. It's just first class, super class members on Big Jet TV, as well as, of course, supporters on Facebook. We will see you on Wednesday for some Frankfurt specials and on Thursday as well. So 2 days in Frankfurt for all you wonderful members. Thanks for joining us, folks. We'll see you next time on Big Jet TV. Ta-da! Dog barking in the distance.